The Comey Indictment looks like political payback. Former FBI Director James Comey is reportedly about to be indicted in Virginia federal court. MSNBC says charges could be filed in the coming days, possibly for illegally lying to Congress about leaks in 2006. But here's the Justice Department guidelines say you should only bring a case if you can realistically win a conviction beyond a reasonable doubt. Multiple prosecutors have said there isn't enough evidence against Comey. In fact, the interim U.S. attorney handling the case just resigned rather than going along. His replacement is a lawyer who previously represented President Trump. Comey has been a top Trump target since the day he was fired. The timing, the charges, and the personal changes make this look less like justice and more like a political hit on an old enemy. Comey's role in 2016 remains one of the most controversial in modern political history. I'll be talking more about that in just a moment. What's the real message here? If the FBI actually indicts James Comey, it sends a clear-cut message. We are no longer a nation of laws. We are just stooges. We are henchmen to the thug-in-chief who will use the full force of our guns and our power to punish anyone who ever criticizes him. That's what this is about. Let's dig a little deeper. Now, this Comey character is, he's really one of the more bizarre characters in American history, if you follow him. He's involved in a lot. Having said that, do I think he should go to prison just because criticized Donald Trump? No. But I'm not going to be very sad for him personally to see his life ruined, frankly. I'm not wishing him any physical harm. But James Comey, in my opinion, has done more to damage this country than really anyone since Ralph Nader in 2000, when his vanity campaign completely swung the election from Al Gore, who won millions of more votes than George W. Bush. But Bush ended up winning because of Nader. Although Nader, I think, did it for pure reasons, he still ended up changing history. Comey is despicable in a very, very different way. So a little history. Going into the 2016 campaign, Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. He reopened the Clinton email probe 11 days before the election. He announced it at a press conference going in just the weekend before the last week of the campaign. This is not what the FBI has ever done. They have been scrupulously trying to stay above the political fray throughout their entire history. They had formal policies that if it's like 90 days before an election, we don't want our fingerprints on this, making it look like we're trying to influence election. And yet Comey did this. And he did it in a way where he basically said, look, we got nothing on Clinton. We can't really charge her with anything, but I got to give some red meat to all the conservative congressmen who have been telling me I have to indict her. So I will go ahead and criticize her and trash her and say she was reckless, when in fact, everything she did with her email server was thoroughly vetted by attorneys, and she had sound legal opinions saying what she was doing was 100% sound. Furthermore, there's never been any evidence that any information she put out there or was on her private server was used in any inappropriate way. And yet Comey basically trashed her, gave credence to the idea that she was somehow, out of control and doing something bizarre. It turns out all the Republicans were doing this too, before and after, sending emails on private phones and private servers. She actually did nothing different from what almost anyone else did, except for the fact that she tried to have more security. She actually had servers built on her home so that she could maintain better security. And for that, he had to trash her, vilify her. And you could say, well, TJ, that's only one thing. Elections are big. That couldn't have possibly swayed the election. May I remind you that the 2016 election was decided by 77,744 votes. Trump only won the Electoral College by, and everyone forgets, she had millions of more actual votes than Trump did. But yes, he did win the Electoral College, but it was a difference of 77,744 votes spread out over Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. So something like this, where she was gaining momentum, all the polls showed she was going to win. And then you have the FBI director who, let's face it, at least back then, that was a position that most Americans, certainly independent voters, centrist voters, thought, well, this is a serious person. This is not some political hack. This is not Sean Hannity. This is a serious person. He's telling me Hillary Clinton did all these awful things. You can't persuade me that out of a country of 300 million people back then, I realize not that many voters, that couldn't have swayed 77,000. Now, here's what makes it so much worse. At the same time, Comey and the FBI were investigating Trump for all of his numerous ties to Russia. Did he mention that? No. Did he hold a press conference saying, it sure makes sense to think that maybe Russia is trying to influence this election, given the fact that Trump never seems to criticize Russian leaders and Putin? Sure seems like he's in their pocket. Sure, a lot of smart people who say, deals were done in the past. Did he hold a press conference and say that? No. I'm not saying he should have, but you can't hold a press conference 11 days before the election, trash one candidate, when the reality is there's a much more serious investigation going on about a much more serious crime about another, and not a peep. That's what Comey did. So what he really should have done is not mentioned anything about Hillary Clinton or Trump. But if he was going to talk about her, he should have talked about him as well. Why did he do this? Because he is a weak, craven political hack who likes to think of himself as Mr. Honest, upstanding Justice, Mr. Justice. He did it because so many Republicans were screaming bloody murder that he was covering up for Hillary Clinton and that he was doing the work of the Democrats. So he did this to make conservative Republicans happy. That's what he did. So, the real lesson here, I hate to say it, but people who complain the most often get what they want. It's the old cliche, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And in this case, wow, did the Republicans with their conspiracy mongering, boy, oh boy, did they get their grease. They got an election essentially handed to them by playing this grievance card. So that's a little background on Comey. So is it an atrocity if he gets indicted? Yes. Should he actually be convicted and sent to prison? No. If we continue to evolve away from a constitutional democracy and just turn into an autocracy where those out of favor are pushed off balconies or suddenly OD, even though they've never been known to use drugs, or end up in a gulag somewhere forever, and it happens to Comey, I'm not a big believer in karma, but I can certainly imagine how other people who do would find that an interesting state of affairs. I'm TJ Walker. This is Filtered, where every day we look at and I mean every day, I mean 7 days a week, we look at the top stories of the day, business stories, technology, economic stories, and cultural stories, and then filter it through the lens of communication skills. That's what we're all about.